welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, my name is Maddie. I am a makeup enthusiast, makeup artist, fashionista. It's been so long since I've been wanting to get on YouTube. It's something I've wanted to do forever and ever. I am a mother of 3 beautiful girls, so you can just imagine how crazy my schedule is. So I'm finally here, and I'm super excited to show you guys all my tips, all my tricks, how I get glammed up. So for this video, I'm going to show you guys how I do my foundation routine. So I get a lot of questions about my foundation, how to get a flawless makeup look. So I'm going to show you guys that today. Foundation is like my favorite thing. I feel like that's what makes me feel the most beautiful, and I could literally throw on lashes and a lip and I feel complete. So we're going to start off with that, and I hope you guys pick up some tips. And let me know if you guys have any questions watching, if you want to see how I got this. I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Forever Skin Equalizer, and I love this smoothing primer because it helps to smooth out my pores and also some scars that I have on my face. So now that my skin is prepped and primed, we're gonna go in with my Nars Radiant Foundation in Valencia. I like to dot my foundation like this. I'm like not even dotting, I'm like spreading this shit out. All right, so now I'm gonna just dab it in. So however you like to get your foundation on, the point is just get it on. Now that we have our foundation on, the next step is concealing. To warn you guys, I go for full coverage. I'm either gonna wear a lot of makeup or I'm not, but the point is to try to make it look as natural as possible. I like to use the Hourglass stick foundation, and I just mainly use it in the triangle shape under my eyes. What I like to do is I take my concealer stick and I bring it down like this. So this is good. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we're going to go with KKW Concealer in number 8, which is my favorite number. And I'm going to go ahead and just apply that like that. Now, I know this is a lot. This is definitely a lot of makeup. All or nothing. Now that we have this going on, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out. I'm gonna go ahead with my Dermablend translucent powder, and I'm gonna pack it under there. Now we're gonna move on to bronzing. So the way I like to contour is I like to use a transition color. I like to use more than one bronzer just to give me that diffuse look. So, oh, but before we do that, I'm gonna finish up my eyes. Alright guys, so I finished my eyes. All I basically did was I just put a little bit of that Uninterrupted shadow from MAC underneath the eyes. I added a little bit of Costa Rica eyeliner from MAC in my waterline, and a little bit of mascara, which is Extended Play Gigablack Lash from MAC. It's one of my favorites for the lower lash line because I feel like the brush is so small and skinny, as you can see. So it really helps to like get all the little tiny hairs that are under there. So it's amazing. All right, so now that we're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and bronze. So this is what we're gonna do. So the first thing I like to do is I love the Mineralized Skinfinishes from MAC. I change the shades depending on the season and depending on how bright or dark I want to look. So right now I'm going in with dark. What I like to do is I like to use this tone to warm up the skin. So we're going to put some color back into the face. So we're pretty much highlighted. So now we're going to just go and deepen up certain areas to give the illusion of the look I'm trying to create. So I'm gonna use a fluffy brush. I honestly don't even know where I got this from, but I just love how fluffy it is. And we're gonna go ahead and just warm up the skin tone. And I like using the shade dark because it's not gonna make me too bronzy, and it just gives me a guide on where I should place my my contour shade. So we're gonna hit that jawline. Definitely the forehead, because this forehead could definitely be a little smaller. You can already see we got dimension going on. Depending on how intense I want to look, I'm just gonna keep building it up. So it's the same as eyeshadow. You're gonna build up until you're satisfied. I'm gonna go in with Kylie bronzer in Almond. I really love this bronzer. It's so smooth. And I'm gonna grab my MAC 116 brush. I like using a smaller, more dense brush because it's gonna go and pack the color where I need it. I have a smaller face, so if I was to use a bigger brush, I'll end up getting bronzer everywhere, and that's not what I want to do. You know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna go in. I'm gonna just use the mirror this comes with, and I'm gonna place it basically the hollows of your cheekbones. Ooh. Yes, bitch. Yes. So same deal, just applying till I get the intensity that I want. You gotta hype yourself up, you know? Like, if you're not hyping yourself up when you're doing your makeup, you're doing it all wrong. Same brush I used for the transition shade, and we're gonna just blend this out. It's a process. It is a process, but once you do the makeup so often, like once you find your go-to look and you do it often, you're gonna bang it out super fast. Blush for me is like everything. I love blush. Like, I will pack on the blush and not be ashamed. Like, I love blush. So if you're like me and you love your blush, go ahead and grab that. This is a little palette that I made with MAC, you know, picking up different shades. It has, as you can see, it has a lot of oranges and pinks, which are tones that I typically like to use for my skin tone. Is my favorite one, which hit pan already. I believe it's Pinch or Peach. I'm not exactly sure. I will pop this out and add it in the description bar so you guys could check that out. But it's one of my favorite pinks. So I'm gonna use this Sigma powder blush F10, and we're gonna go ahead and add that onto the apples of your cheekbones. But I like to bring mine a little bit more up. And I'm gonna show you guys a little trick that I like to do to make sure I get that blended look. I love blush though. Like, who's with me on that? Like, blush is life. Like, it's just like everything. See the difference? Like, just alive and me. I never used to like blend out my blush. This was like what I thought was blending out. But when I would look at my pictures, sometimes I felt like my blush did look a little bit harsh. So what I like to do, a little trick, well, I don't know if people do this, but this is just something that I do. I like to grab a small brush. This is a Airbrush Concealer 57 from Sephora. I don't know if they still have this brush. I've had this for so many years back when I used to work there. But if not, you can use, you know, anyone that looks like that. Just recently tried out the KKW Brightening Powder. Just get that open. And this powder is like super pigmented, so you need very little bit. So I'm gonna start off with my under eye, and I'm gonna gently blend it downward. And I know some people might say like it's a lot of powder, but I could promise you it doesn't look like a lot of powder. But look at the difference. See how this looks like super blended? You get that like airbrush finish. Nobody's gonna know that you slept 2 hours at all. Like, no one. I'm gonna use the Hyper Real Glow from MAC, which I love. Kylie highlighter in Dreaming of Diamonds is also one of my faves. And then Color Empire's Nova highlighter is also amazing. So I'm gonna go in with my Morphe E27 brush. which looks like this. At the top of my cheekbones right there. And I also love to highlight my nose. And now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use that Nova highlighter from Color Empire. Her products are so amazing. I love her liquid lipsticks. And look at that. Woo. Yes, girl. I'm that bitch. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Nothing. Go ahead and bam. You see the difference? Like, it totally made it pop more. So now I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the look with my lip. I'm gonna use Chestnut MAC Lip Liner, which is one of my favorites. I love it. And Myth lipstick. So Myth lipstick is a little bit bright, but I blend everything up together, and then I'm gonna top it off with a gloss. Don't be scared. Sharper look, I'll just go ahead using concealer. I use the Studio Finish concealer from MAC, and I'll just clean up using a Sigma F75 brush. And this helps to give you that super sharp, clean edge. And then just make sure you blend it out. And I'm gonna go ahead using that same brush that I used to blend out the blush in my under eye. I'm just gonna carefully go around my lip to make sure it doesn't move. Just be super careful that you don't like spread the lipstick everywhere. I'm gonna top it off with Fenty Beauty Fussy Gloss, which is like one of my favorite glosses. Like, I'm obsessed with Fenty glosses. The formula, the smell, the applicator, I mean, they're just bomb. So now that we have the completed look, here it is. I hope that you guys love this makeup look. This is like one of my go-to looks. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me any comments if there's any specific videos that you guys want to watch. I'm gonna link all the products that I use down below. These are Tata lashes. I did forget to mention that. These are in the style Valentina, which I'm like obsessed with. You guys already know. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know I love their lashes. Guys, I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching.